Hey, what's up, guys? Mike Patrick. In this video, I want to just share with you guys how I fared with foraging today. Okay, now I pretty much forage every day, but like I said, certain things I want to start sharing with you guys a little bit more often, so it can get you into that space and on that vibration, on that frequency, and then that mode of doing things like this for yourself. Okay, because it's beneficial on so many different levels. Okay, now, so as you can see, you seen the other video I did when I was juicing a bunch of pears. So pear source is still there, and so I frequently get a bunch of pears, or enough pears. Um, you always want to leave. For one, you can't get it's you know but the Most High has an abundance. It's so much of it, it's easy to just take more than what you need, but at the same time, you do still have animals and other people who eat off of these things too. So my thing is to take what you need and always try to give it back to the earth. So whatever type of compost that you have, give it back to the earth, whether it be the seeds, whether it just be the leftover fruit, pulp and things like that, depending on like if you're juicing or blending, whatever, just anything that can break back down is natural, that can actually be of some substance to the earth, give it back to the earth, right? Also, yeah, by the way, these right here, guys, are Japanese oranges, what you call little Japanese oranges. So, yeah, these are pretty neat. I like these. I found out about these just last year, walking, and came across a couple bushes of it. Okay, the way the bushes look is they're about 6 feet tall, the bushes generally, and then they have a lot, like they're really spiky, kind of tough, spiky little almost like rope, okay, around the bushes, okay, and you get these. This is a very nutritious citrus. I was able to, because I never came across them before, never seen them in the store, never heard about them. And when I came across it, I could tell it was something that looked like it was a fruit that you could eat, and that was, and so when I actually peeled into things like that, I realized it was some type of citrus. What I thought was like maybe a cross between some, an orange and a lemon, because they're very, very sour. Okay, they're probably just as sour as a lemon, or maybe a little less sour than a lemon, but much more sour than an orange. Okay, and they're called like dragonfly fruit, I believe. I mean, you can look it up as Japanese oranges. Okay, either one of those terms would give you the results, so you can get more information on this, because I know this is not a popular fruit here in America. Okay, probably just not in the world. Period. It's not something that we go into the store and get. Might be a lot of you guys first time seeing or hearing about it. Okay, what I did to try to find out the correct name is I just put in like little small, Googled like a description, like little small oranges, sour oranges, and then I put with spikes in the bushes, like that, and then that's when it popped up. Okay, when I was able to see the images and things, and I knew exactly what I was looking at that point. And so, just like any other citrus, they're extremely healthy. Okay, a lot of vitamin C. These usually they can last. The interesting thing about this fruit is actually it's not even considered a citrus, because these kind of peak all the way throughout winter into early spring. Okay, and on most citrus is like a springtime or summertime harvest. I think that has a lot to do with categorizing a fruit as a citrus. All right, but so look at, so this is some of the best foods you get on the planet, guys. The healthiest foods you get on the planet. And guess what? I didn't have to pay a dime for it. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. And then I came across just yesterday. I came across a pecan tree. I did not even realize that in Virginia we have so many pecan trees. I didn't realize that a certain type of tree that I was looking at all my life. You know what I mean? And I became conscious of being aware of different trees and stuff. For the past couple years since I started foraging. But even even sometimes I come across things that I haven't seen yet. You know what I mean? Or that I overlooked. And so I came across a pecan tree yesterday. I came across a couple of them. Now the thing about it is, so that's another thing that seems to be pretty abundant in our area. And that's just another thing. You have acorns and things like that. I pick all these things, and so that's your nuts. With pecans. And the thing about it, I don't know if it's the time of the year where the pecans are where they're becoming scarce. Like I guess maybe other animals by now. I don't know when they harvest, when they peak, but maybe by now other animals have pretty much got to them, or maybe even other people who happen to forage and things like that may have gotten to them. Because I noticed when I found the trees that produce them, but I noticed it just wasn't many of them there. So I had a couple of them, cracked them, ate them. You know what I mean? But now at least I'm aware of them, and I'll keep an eye to see if it produces more. Another thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna research, because it may just be that the tree doesn't produce that many of the nuts. Okay, so because I was looking on the trees and I seen a few hanging up there, because they have like a shell over them that starts to open, and then the nut, I guess, eventually falls out, okay, as it gets ready. But I just noticed the trees that I seen, I noticed, like, I was looking on the tree and it wasn't very many of them hanging there. So I figured either the tree doesn't produce that many pecans, maybe they're a little bit more scarce, or maybe it's just a time of the year where they're gone. Okay. And another thing, guys, another fruit here. I got to get my gloves for this one that I was able to get here, guys. Another delicacy. Okay, free fruit that grows pretty abundant. Okay, because we know a lot of people have cactus, right? Hold on, let me sit this down, right? Let me sit my phone down. It might go a little black or whatever. I'm here. All right, guys. So yeah. So now also I have, just a beautiful fruit and a delicacy, and just, it amazes me how, all this stuff is, it's free. It's free, man. It's free. And it's stuff that's even considered delicacies that you can't even get at the store, like talking about it, like you don't see cactus fruit in the store. Okay, you don't see those little, that dragonfly fruit in the store. Okay. And but with these, oh yeah, so let me tell you, with these cactus fruit though, guys, they're no joke. Them pricklies are no joke, okay? So make sure you have some gloves with them. I got a penny in there. Make sure you have some gloves on with them, okay? And then when you get them, you make sure you're constantly dealing with them with gloves until you get them soaked in some water. And then what'll happen, those pricklies over a little bit of time, they'll work their way out and they'll become more, easier to deal with. But all this stuff in abundance. And now, mind you, guys, I'm, it looks like I probably got enough or a lot, right? But this is nothing. Like, this is a small amount in comparison to what I could have got. Like, this is not even a fraction in comparison to what I could have got, okay? So when you look at it, you be like, damn, did you have to take all that? You know what I'm saying? As far as each of the fruits. But this really is only a little bit of what's available, okay? And so there you go right there. Ask me how much money I spent. Not a dime. Ask me the quality of my food. Organic. This is all organic. This is not kept food. This is stuff that's wild from in places that's either public or what I do sometimes if I see people have stuff growing in their yards and things like that. But if I get a hunch or a feeling that it's just kind of there, like it just happens to be in their yard, growing in their yard, and they're not really interested in eating and things like that, I'll go ask somebody. I'll introduce myself. You know what I mean? And ask them if they don't use this, as opposed to it just going to waste. Would they mind if I get some? And usually people are really nice and cooperative in that regards, guys. So the thing is, like, this stuff is there. There's plenty of it, and this is just a few things. Wow, this is a day where I didn't even really intend on, like, looking for anything.